All right, welcome everyone. This is After Hours for an episode that we fucked up. We
Okay.
were recording a whole ass fucking hour and a half almost. No, it was like an hour and 5 minutes, I think.
Hour 5 minutes of what was supposed to be the first episode of our untitled podcast. It was supposed to be, the one that really drew the attention. And now we have no audio, and our audio is phone audio, so that's great. But hopefully, the first episode of the After Hours goes well, and this goes up, and we become millionaires by next week.
Yeah, so it's the Galaxy S20 Ultra, so you should experience the best quality.
We're not even using that audio, you dipshit.
For the last video, and blame Galaxy if the audio is shit. Comment.
You can go to support.samsung.com. Send your problems their way. So this is our first After Hours. That means
you know what's crazy? We're posting an After Hours on Spotify before our first fucking episode. How fucking ponce is
absolutely, but that just goes to show who we are as people, right? And that really ties into what our podcast is all about, making the best of it. So, you already look out of it.
Yeah, okay, just to give a little context for you guys.
So we've already eaten. We've already drank a little bit. These two
are still drinking.
They're slamming it pretty hard. That is their thing. They are the entertainment.
Oh, here.
Cheers.
Come pie.
Fucking weed.
You just call me a weeb?
Nope.
But After Hours is where we take it more relaxed. There are no current events, no topics really. But we're going with the flow. We're going a more personal route.
We might give you a little hint of our current exciting lives as normal human beings. But,
absolutely.
We might give some context about, what little dirty, sneaky secrets we have in our past.
And don't worry, production is still here.
Production is here to keep us in check in case
she might be
off
camera,
come out of our pants.
She did fill out another application.
Yeah, we did accept that. If you did watch the previous podcast, we did accept her application again.
We lost her for a second. Budget constraints, but we got her back.
Yeah, we got her back.
Yeah, credit's a good thing. Let me tell you.
There were a lot of tears.
Yeah, we have to remortgage the house for that
so
one,
I know we said we don't have topics, but we kind of have topics.
We have personal topics. They're not current events. They are not news. We're not reacting to anything.
No.
Today, we will be going way back. For Ish last week, but for us, we'll be going way back.
I guess since we gave our names on our first one, but I really don't think much people are going to watch it. This is our first Spotify, so...
Absolutely. So,
call me Shameless.
This is Shameless Overwatch here, the greatest online Overwatch player to be
the greatest
alive.
Moira player of all time.
He's actually so good, the Overwatch League decided that greatness could not be shown live on
TV.
Absolutely. He's also known as a bitch. Also,
what?
Sometimes Ish. We call him Ish.
He's a little suspect. He's not average height. He's below.
A little smaller than the rest of us.
He has a single wave. You remember the waves memes?
He has one wave.
With a do-rag.
As a matter of fact, if
he
you're
has
watching
one of
the
them.
video right now, you can see maybe a little bit. One wave. His head is like smaller than the size of a basketball.
He gets angry very quickly.
Why? Also,
of the conversation?
if there's ever any mention of lifting, this man will just fucking be all over it.
Mm-hmm.
And something about
they
me
argue
being
frequently
fat.
about that.
Yeah.
He drinks White Claws.
Very much.
That's his
all
thing.
he drinks.
He drives a white Nissan Altima.
Don't give.
He lives in the mid part of Utah.
But that's important because there's a certain person that drives a white Nissan Altima, and he has a bass system, by the way.
No, it's mainly white girls that drive a Nissan Altima, but
yes,
I had to bring out some pizzazz on the Mexican culture,
He is Hispanic for audio listeners. The next person we're going to is also Hispanic, but he is average height and average penis length.
No, I'd like to say I am higher.
Wait, so are you telling me that I'm below?
Okay, no, it's not your time right now.
It's not.
So
don't hog the
Oh,
mic now, you bitch.
the next one is he is the same thing, but he is Twitch. He is so good at Twitch streaming that Twitch literally prevents him. I mean, he's blocked on everything. He doesn't
That's
show up
right.
on searches.
I get banned every
If you
2
post
weeks.
if you post a link on like Facebook, Instagram, it gets taken down. That's how bad Twitch does not want him. He will rule the platform if he gets views. That is Cloud Overwatch. And
also Eric.
and Eric is the important part.
It's Cloud. Don't call him by his real name here.
He was part of the talent for Ponsu Studios before they went under.
Absolutely. Before Ponce Studios went under, 100 subs. I know you're still out there. I love you all.
He was the talent. He was the editor.
That was my prime.
It was. Now he works for the federal government. So if you have any problems,
That's actually very true.
you can go to him. You can leave it in the comments, and he'll fix it for you. And then
If I could bring one thing up to attention,
Yeah.
if you hear these fireworks in the background, there's some hoodlums around here. This white neighborhood. So if you're concerned for our safety, please leave a like.
very, very well said.
Hey, rate us 5 stars on iTunes. If
you're on
you wanna
Spotify,
keep
heart
us,
it.
being safe and alive for episode 2, give us a 5-star.
Please heart the podcast
Don't
episode
forget
on
to buy
Spotify.
the merch, link in bio.
Yep. We do not have discount codes because we do not have merch, but please check out the link in the bio.
And lastly, but not least, we have the college graduate, the one who can stare his parents in the eyes and not be disappointed, the one who always has good-looking hair, but somehow not very good-looking pubes. We have Sushi, aka Iman, aka Iman, aka Iman, aka the smart one, aka and better known as IT.
Yep. Everything is true, including the pubes.
AKA, he's the smart one who knows what the fuck they're talking about, and we're just the bullshit idiots who are going to give their opinions about it.
Right.
Yeah. He always thinks he's better than us just because we got high schools, but something's gonna happen in the future. I swear.
Yeah, bro. Judge, don't worry about it. I'm about to pop off, bro. I'm going to take us out of the hoods. One day you're going to stop hearing these bang bangs.
Yeah. Rapping is probably something we might go towards. Just saying.
Maybe stripping if we're really heading down that path, but we'll have to wait and see.
Don't say what you're about to say.
All right.
Okay. So today we're going way back. Like I said, it's something that we haven't really talked about to each other outside of the podcast.
Honestly, what we do mainly daily is just scream at each other, call each other bad at video games, and it's rinse, wash, repeat.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Iman kind of go back.
No. Giving context to that, it's just me and him. This man is the peaceful. He's the peacekeeper. It's just me.
I'm talking about knowing each other's past. I know a little bit about Iman.
Mhm.
He knows a little bit about me in terms of like a slight deep talk, but there's still so many layers to uncover that
Absolutely.
is still raw to all of us.
like an onion.
Like cake. Cake has layers.
No onion.
Do you understand that reference?
I'm
Alright,
good at
so-
it, bro. That's what he's trying to say, bro.
So, we're going to talk about our first kiss. Not our first kiss
yes.
together,
The poor
but
dog.
our first individual kiss with other people. Just to clarify.
I mean, we could change that. We could change that.
I mean, we can get to that later, but that's also a good story. But we thought that we would go back to this because not only is it a reflection of who we were back then when we were kids, what we were thinking about, but it's a good starting point, right? To get into other things, you kind of have to start somewhere early, and that's where we're going. So,
Can
ish.
we pause real quick? I need a claw.
oh, production. This is a 250K thousand salary. We're paying for this White Claw to be delivered.
She is salaried. She's not hourly. She is salaried.
She is salaried, by the way.
She's
Keep
a
that in mind.
salaried
Not
employee,
hourly working.
equal
She is
opportunity
greatly
employer.
Appreciated.
She is also
White Claw
Asian.
sponsored.
We have racial diversity in our organization.
That's right. We have 2 Mexican, a half members of ISIS, and an Irani, and then we have a wonderful, beautiful Vietnamese lady.
Vietnamese get a thank you production in the comments below.
Can I get a?
If I don't get at least 10 thank you productions on every episode, I am going to go to Eric's office at the federal government, and we're going to find all of you.
Very well.
All right, let's continue.
Let's get to our topics, boys.
So, Ish, first kiss.
Let's start with shameless Overwatch. The first kiss. Take the mic.
All right. So, if I had to begin my first kiss, this is one of the more awkward ones if I had to put it up. And it was back in first grade. Let me bring it back a little shamey back in the day.
A little shamey.
Back in the day, we were doing like kind of one of those chocolate handing out things. What are those called?
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
No. The things you get money for the school, but the school gives you like a little wristband and stuff for like selling $300.
Dude, it sounds like this guy
like
got
a
scam.
Like a fundraiser thing.
Fundraiser, there we
like
go.
selling
So,
cookies and.
We were doing that. And the person that sells more gets like one of those posters you see for when presidents try to get elected for presidents and stuff. Those poster boards.
Okay.
So we'd get a bunch of them and put them on people's lawns.
So child labor sounds like so far.
I'm gonna be honest with that. So I went to one of those schools that you would go to school with a uniform, and it sounded more privileged than what you think, but I went ahead and sold around my area. I was the hookup back in the day.
Sounds like the beginning of a crack dealer. Christ.
Okay, it could, in context, it could have been.
That's a different episode.
Okay, we could put that in the next episode, but
crack baby.
How close were we to becoming drug dealers?
Okay, but I was making bank for that school, and they gave me some wristband. I got a chain, a fake chain. It wasn't even gold, I didn't get no diamonds, no nothing. I got like some tickets to some arcade back in Colorado. I'm bring out the area real quick. And it was pretty much the figure of what that age group would have brought him. What's 5-6-year-olds? What grade is that?
What grade?
Why do you need to know that information?
Was this in Denver or is this a smaller city in Colorado?
Oh, it's Colorado Springs.
All right. Okay.
I don't know what that is.
That's important.
All right.
Go ahead.
So pretty much
production. Can you make sure we're under 30 minutes?
I was selling a lot, and pretty much I was the best seller.
Okay.
And this white Caucasian girl.
Damn, you landing white girls?
Okay, we could say that, but in reference towards that.
Damn, dude, you're landing 6-year-old white girls, bro. Damn, dude.
I was 6 at the time, so
he still does that, by the way. He still lands 6-year-old.
Okay, so pretty much what happens is that this girl like enjoys hardworking, let's say Mexicans, and I get a good smooch off her. And
wait, hold on. Why are you speaking in legal terms?
So
this girl had a particular thing for
sounds
Hispanic.
like he's not trying to go to fucking like jail for this, bro.
This sounds like a witness story, doesn't it?
You can't. I know exactly. He can't just be like, "Yo, so I was a Mexican. I was doing construction, and then I was smooching on her." Like, no, hold on. Let's take a few steps back.
Right. So she's a white girl. Okay, and she's taller than you.
No, she wasn't taller than me. She was a little shorter than me.
It's the first time.
Whoa, for the first time.
No. We're bringing. I thought we were bringing back first time. What are
you? You don't worry about it.
Okay.
Why is he getting so aggressive?
No, let's build things up. All right. Set the atmosphere. Where were you? What happened?
It was after school. They called out the people that were doing the most work. For the grade I was in, I was the one that sold the most. Sure. So I was the hustler in the group. And pretty much once the day was over, they how it was in school. It was they would let us all out in a group, and they wouldn't let anyone out unless your parents were there to actually pick you up. That's when my parents came in, and before I left, that's when she had her way with me. So, if anything, I was the victim.
Wait,
If
this
anything,
is a victim story.
No. If anything, I was the victim.
Wait, can I go on a side
Okay,
thing
go,
here?
go.
You said parents plural.
Both. It was
Alright.
both.
Your two dads?
No, it was a mom and dad.
So, for those of you who didn't catch the first episode, these two fine men do not have fathers. It is not a reflection of their character.
Yes, thank you for providing such valuable information
Yeah,
at the
but
table.
we appreciate
They've turned
you,
out well.
Sushi. We wouldn't have been where we're at right now without Sushi's guidance.
Basically, they
He
haven't
has-
needed him.
Okay, he has both parents.
Then.
He's led us to a good path for us to actually grow.
He actually funded my schooling.
I cannot be held responsible for
After my name was Matumba before, about 22 years ago, and he funded my schooling, so now I can go to school and read a book.
Matumba, very common Hispanic name.
Yep. So he liked to call me Rafiki. But
Wait, get back to the story. Get back to the story. Sound like Angelina Jolie just going out adopting African Hispanic kids. So, anyways, you were waiting to get picked up. She comes up to you, right? Where is this? Is this like outside of the school?
Is
This
outside the school,
behind the school, in front?
Yep, right out of the school, like straight-
people are walking
The
out.
bell rings, and
You guys are right
everyone's
there.
just, like all the older kids, like they're all causing a ruckus. We, since we're a smaller grade at the time, I'm not sure. He says second grade. Apparently, if I was 6 at the time, second grade
No
maybe.
clue.
So we can't do math right now. We're a couple claws in. But whatever grade we're in right now,
You said you were 6?
I believe so.
Mm.
5 or 6. It was one of those two. We're right
early
at
start.
the bell rang.
Were you still known as a short kid when you were like 6, or like did that not just occur into like middle school?
I don't think the height would be a difference in here, but we're pretty much the same height all around that grade.
So about like 2'2".
That I don't know how.
So after school,
what
everyone's walking out.
Yeah, what he said.
So you guys are like right there, and people are walking out next to you.
Yeah, all the older kids are all out. We, since we're in the younger grades, we were only out in a huddle, so the like a sheep herder kind of thing. We're like in a certain area until our parents came and picked us up. My parents came, and pretty much I was being let go. And at the moment of me letting go, I was just saying bye to everyone. And that's when this girl that ended up forcing her way through the crowd ended up smooching with the now known Shameless.
How did she approach you?
What
here?
a privileged woman.
Also,
She-
first, is it a sunny day?
I would say it's pretty sunny.
was
I
it
mean,
warm?
it was like a kind of Sunday kind of day, you know, Sunday vibe, barbecue kind of.
Were you sweating a little
white
bit?
Caucasian dad kind of barbecue style day. I don't know what day it was exactly, but
Sure.
it was one of those clear blue skies. You know, maybe I would say 92 degrees
Production,
outside.
what's her time?
Yeah, we only have an hour, buddy. You gotta.
You gotta wrap this up.
You guys are extending this. I don't know.
No,
what you
I
guys
asked if it was
What's-
warm.
what's her time?
Okay, how did she approach you? This is
Okay.
just like it's like, is it a
45?
kid's thing? She just runs up.
Yep, she went
54?
in front of everyone. You know, the kiss was a good. I would say.
Yo,
4
we're
or
at
5
9 minutes left. You gotta wrap this shit up.
Okay, it was a good 4 or 5
Come on.
seconds. I mean, it was a
Let him
kiss
tell
there.
a story.
But that's
What was your reaction? Was she scared, nervous?
no. She was okay with it.
No,
I
it was one of those. It was one of those statement makers. You know, like when you want it to be like back then. You know how kids are like, I got a boyfriend, and she just kind of did it in front of everyone. She's
Yeah,
like, what up now?
So she was the nerdy one, so I don't think it was the one that she wanted to make a statement on it. But
Maybe she
she
doesn't want to be seen as the nerdy one anymore.
well,
gonna be
maybe
a bad
that,
bit.
maybe okay, we seen that.
Was
up,
she
but
cute?
I honestly don't recall. All I know is she was a white girl with some
Yeah.
glasses.
What was your state
blonde
of
hair.
What was your state of mind? Because
I-
so far you're talking like you were.
No,
Were you able to get a boner?
no.
Man, this
No, no.
6 years.
Hey, all right.
Listen.
Back in the day,
Were you-
we were still about that cooties and stuff.
Have you before that? Have you ever thought of girls like that?
I did not think of girls like that.
So this was kind of like
as-
a wake up call.
Yeah. So as a younger Shamey, I was shocked. I wasn't expecting a girl to do that. So that was a first exploration here for Shameless here. So it was kind of a mind blower if you would say it in.
But was it? Do you still look back at it and you think that was too early, or do you look back and you were like, "That's what opened my world"?
I would say that's what opened my world. Honestly, just
That's what made him
Any-
want the big
any-
booty hoe.
any other girl from there on, I've already been prepared, like mentally and stuff. I felt like that first kiss.
You were looking. You desired it. Like
it was no longer a shock to me.
It lit
I
a
was,
fire.
How
Yep.
did your family react? Were they like, "What the fuck? You got kissed?"
Did you tell anyone?
No, my parents saw and they were
They saw it.
they laughed and they kept bringing it
That's
up throughout conversations, through meals, throughout the day. They don't bring it up now. I'm built different now, but
Are you all right? You're struggling. You're making a lot of dad noises.
No, I just finished.
you good?
I finished my glass.
Man's
Yeah,
trying to tell his story.
But pretty much.
I gotta wrap it up, fat bitch.
All right,
You need to relax,
you
dude.
obese
I'm gonna have to close your tab if you don't.
All right, then we'll close it out with
Okay,
Seamus
so-
today.
So,
Or-
do you remember her name?
I do not remember her name. I actually
Don't remember what she looked like. Don't remember the name.
I don't know anything. All I know is that she was
But you
white, blonde, and
you
had
remember how
glasses.
you remember how you felt.
I was shocked. Jamie did not feel right at the moment.
So the feeling carried through.
Yep. She pretty much brought Jamie where he's at right now.
So whoever you are out there, I'm sure you're watching. You changed this man's life. So good work, or
Yep.
maybe not good work. It depends on how you see Seamus Overwatch.
It's a pretty pussy story, if you ask me.
Pretty young. 6 years old to start it off.
That's cute. Anyway,
Do you remember? No. Wait. Stop. Put the mic back. What's the time, production? What are we looking at here?
production?
Production.
Did we just cut it? And then
How many minutes left?
5 minutes. Are you sure?
Did you just question production?
I'm sorry.
Okay, real quick. I want to follow up. What was the first kiss with a girl you remember?
I remember 7th grade.
Okay. How was that? Was that
Let
similar?
me quit.
So it was a tongue on tongue action.
Oh.
It was one of the I would say cuter girls in the class. I would say lunchtime. We would get caught by the what are those counselors
There's
or
more than
whatever
one.
back in middle school, and we got in trouble. That was the first girl I cheated on. Shamey was a player
Cheated
back in
on?
the-
Wait, so you dated her after that?
No, we dated and I actually cheated on her. That
Reporting live, Shameless Overwatch is one unloyal man whore.
last
Should've known.
No, but Shamey is built different now. So slide in the DMs if necessary. But what's up?
Okay, well that's where we will cut the first part because we are literally using a gaming laptop for audio recording.
Shameless
So-
Overwatch actually took up half of the fucking podcast.
Well, no, we did
Shit.
introductions. Let's
Wait,
relax.
you guys
Okay.
kept extending it though. What
But
do you
we
mean?
needed
All right,
needed
we'll see you guys in part 2. All right, now
Okay, we're back.
I am taking the.
it is for the best or worst part depending on how you see this man, this young man.
I'm not young. I'm older than you.
worst part of the episode. Let me clarify. This is the worst part. We're gonna go to Eric's story. Last one was 6 years old, and he doesn't remember much.
Welcome to part 2 of the #1 podcast in the entire world.
We already did that part.
All right. So first kiss. All right, we have 2 stories. We have the quick one, the one this motherfucker extended to 15 minutes, and then the real one that I remember. Some of us may remember these stories, some of us may not, such as myself. But the first kiss I ever had was actually in preschool. There was this hoe-ass girl named Lexi kissing boys left and right. This bitch was on a kissing spree, and I was like, man, you gonna spread some shit.
Are you saying that you were sexually assaulted?
I was sexually assaulted in class and was ridiculed in front of everyone. This
Wait. Are you just trying to go to a younger age just to top mine?
This shit was in preschool, man. I had a micro dick when this shit happened.
Why would you even say that?
Anyways,
why would you bring that up?
So the could you imagine a bleep over that? All right. So yeah, it was fucking preschool time. This girl was just grabbing boys by their collars and pulling them in and kissing them. And it happened to my friend who was African American, and he was being pulled in. He was a light skin.
Why did he have
a
to say
light
that?
skin, very handsome as a matter of fact.
Why is this detail?
So I can't blame her too much. Okay, motherfucker probably grew up to be Neo or someone. So she grabs him by the collar, starts smooching him like, this bitch. And she's laughing, she's giggling. The teacher's like, hey, you better watch out. She grabs me by the collar, smooches me. I burst in tears by being kissed by this whore. I'm crying so hard. I was probably thinking of herpes before I knew what herpes were.
You've thought about this story a lot, haven't you?
I've gone through this story many times. Would know.
It's actually a victim story.
I mean, oh, sorry. Production would know.
No! You give it away!
Wait, I will bleep that.
Wait, that's getting bleeped.
That's getting bleeped.
Are you traumatized by this experience, or what would you feel?
No.
If
It prepared
a
me
white
for a
girl-
world of horrors.
If a white girl came up to you named Lexi,
She was the brunette with a bob cut.
that's terrifying.
Yeah.
That's awful. Anyways.
All right, I had a sneeze there, ladies and gentlemen.
Bless you.
That might look weird for you guys, but
You say thank you.
there's like 10 of you, so what the fuck are you gonna do?
Okay, so traumatized, but you said it set you up for a world of pain. Can you
I don't
describe?
know so much about pain, but I was ready for a world full of women with pure sexual desires, and
That's really weird to say about your
extreme
preschool kiss.
disappointment.
Like kindergarten?
It was the beginning of the end.
Wait, for kindergarten.
No, preschool.
That's how you felt. Oh wait, preschool.
Yes,
That's how you felt at preschool.
yes.
That's actually how you felt at preschool.
I had the mind of a sentient being by the age of 2.5.
Bro, you have a 25-year-old mind at
I-
2 or
I-
what is it?
Who the fuck is 25 here?
I
No.
told you this might be the best part or the worst part. It depends.
All right.
on
So
how
no,
much you
obviously I wasn't thinking that sentient, but at the time I was a little.
But you were crying.
I was
so-
crying due to the fact that I received such disgusting cooties.
And you were able to contemplate the fact that she was a whore.
Yeah, because she literally kissed a boy right in front of me. And
You-
after reading
you
and
actually
watching
got
Beauty and the
sloppy
Beast, I
seconds.
actually saw that. I cried not only from heartbreak, but also disgust.
You sound like you're
How-
delivering.
Wait, no. How are you heartbroken at that age?
What the fuck do you know about love at
He
that
was
age?
he was crying. That's enough. It was trauma.
I had cried, and then the teacher, which I would have been embarrassed at the time looking at it now, but I'm a fucking preschooler. She comes over to me, oh, Eric, don't worry, buddy. She's patting my back, and I'm crying and pointing. I can't even make up words. I'm like, ah. I'm ugly crying. You know, there's snot coming out my nose. The girl's like, oh my God, I'm sorry, Eric. And I was like, fuck.
True fact. Eric still reacts like that when he comes early these days.
It's a fact.
It just happens
It
sometimes.
cannot be denied. So we fast forward to a kiss I actually remember, which actually didn't happen until my
The real first kid.
yes, which actually didn't happen until my freshman year, which was actually the same year I lost my virginity. But the kiss came in first.
You'd hope so, yeah.
The kiss happened. It was a very sneaky one. It was after a high school day, freshman year. Very, very towards the beginning.
So fall, we're talking.
Yeah, we're talking fall. Maybe early winter. I don't remember too well. But there was this Asian girl. I don't know what kind of Asian, but
What model?
So I don't know what model, but don't worry.
This man did not just look over at production when he said that. Was it, he needed a reference or something?
She's not paying attention. Do you still have my hamster over there? Okay.
No,
Sir.
I know you ain't even gonna change the conversation.
No, hold on. Okay,
He's trying to cover.
It's after school. Her house is actually very close from walking distance from my high school. So keep this in mind. I know we're jumping from preschool to high school.
Mhm.
There's a lot of gray stuff in the middle.
Sure.
In middle school, I fucking hated girls. There was a girl that was absolutely obsessed with me who ended up going to our high school, and she fucking hated my guts in high school because I was such a bitch to her. Every time, well, to be fair, it was like very cheesy. She was like, "Oh my god, I like, yeah, will you be my boyfriend?" In like 7th grade, and I was like, "Yeah, get the fuck out of here, you ugly bitch." I was
one should.
ruthless.
Was she actually ugly though?
Yes.
Okay, never mind.
She shall not be named. Did she grow up ugly? Yes. Well, not disgusting, but she was not my type.
Okay, let's
Skin and bones. But
get back to the.
yeah,
We're
so
not body discriminating.
middle school, I just didn't get shit. I was ruthless to girls. I was that typical what's that word when guys hate on girls for no reason?
A simp.
No.
Yes.
It's the exact opposite. Senile? No.
I know what you're talking about. That's what simps turn into.
No. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
What's the word?
All right, let's skip the word for now.
It's I something.
Incel.
Incel.
An incel. I was an incel in middle school. I remember girls would talk to me on Messenger and be like, why don't you care? Why are you so mean? And I remember...
So that's where your misogyny roots started.
If I'm being honest, it started from One Piece because the character Zoro, he was just a fucking asshole to girls. Girls would be like, ooh, hi. And he'd be like, shut up. I don't care. and because I was so easily influenced, I was like, I want to be cool like Zoro. I'm going to tell these girls, shut up. I don't care. And in real life, that's actually very rude.
Right.
He's the biggest weeb in the group because he watched One Piece.
He's just mad he hasn't been to Japan like me.
So set the scene for the real kids.
Yeah. So fast forward a bit to freshman year. It's after school. I'm walking home. Not quite. I'm walking to her house. Same route. I'm crossing that sky bridge and I'm excited. I'm thinking, oh, wow, I might get some action. But reality, I was just getting a kiss.
Okay.
Though I didn't know that. But
and you were with her walking.
No, she was waiting
she
for
was
me
at
at home
home.
because she got a ride home because her parents took her.
I got you.
But see,
there
her
was-
parents ended up having to just drop her off and go over to the other boys because she had siblings, and she would go over to their house and pick up them up.
But
as
she was
well,
waiting.
they
She
were
was
at a different
expecting.
school. Yes, so she was expecting me. I was like, easy walk. I'm about to come over, get a smooch, maybe more. My horny freshman years,
Right, freshman year.
So I'm walking over. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm hyping myself up. And what's weird now is that like, if I'm in a relationship or going to be in a relationship now, I'm more nervous than ever. In freshman year, I was just fucking hyped. My dick was just like the brain. That was the power. There was no brain. It was all penis brain at the time. There was not a fucking single brain cell useful of thought. And I was like jumping to school. I was skipping like a fucking, like I was in a fucking the cast of Wizard of Oz. Fucking, I was on my way, and then I finally get to her door, and then we get there, and she pulls me to her room. No one in the house, so I'm like, oh, stuff is gonna happen. Whoa, but we just start sitting on the edge of her bed, talking. She's like, hey, I really like you. And keep in mind, this is only 2 months in of really talking, and not even really talking. It was just you know how middle school dating, there's barely any fucking communication. You just see each other at school. It was kind of like that. She was like, "Hey, I really like you," and stuff like that. I was like, "Ooh, I like you too."
It was like a formality.
I was just saying whatever I could to get her going.
Right. What are you guys wearing at this point?
Well, I'm still in my school uniform. She's in her school uniform.
Okay.
Same schools at the time, and she looks at me and she's like, you know, you mean the most to me. Some typical fucking freshman shit. She thinks like I'm her fucking forever or whatever.
Yeah.
So then she goes in for the smooch. I go for the smooch. And keep in mind, I've been practicing on the mirror.
Sure.
I'm one of those kids who just, you know what, I had to try
it's
it on
not
the
gay
mirror.
if you kiss yourself on the mirror.
It's not gay. I'm telling you. It's not gay if you kiss in the mirror. But I did pump my pillow. No, it's fine. Yeah, I gave her the kiss, and then after that, I felt like, wow. For me at the time, that really felt like the softest touch. It felt like I was kissing a cloud. I'd always been such a rugged boy who just fucking did stupid shit, always got hurt. And at the time, she had really, like, for me, it was soft lips. So I was like, whoa, what the fuck? She's like way different than mine. And then I was like struck. I was like in one of those characters that just flop with like, I look like fucking Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah.
Like fucking covered with hard eyes.
Was it warm in there?
Yeah, it was warm. And then I went home. A very
in the
happy
room,
boy.
I mean. It was warm in the room.
Yeah, how about you fuck off? And then her parents were gonna call home soon because they were just picking up their brothers, and then I walked the rest of the way home, and I was like, I'm becoming a man.
So that's it. How much did you talk after that?
Oh, so she ended up moving out of the state in 4 months. So we only.
No, I mean like right after the kiss. How much did you talk?
Oh no, it was very little. We just ended up like watching a show or something.
Okay.
And then I ended up leaving.
Got the action left.
Yeah. And then I went home. Later on, 2 months later, she moved out of state. Very short. She actually went to our high school. No one fucking I think there was only like a few people who remembered her because she barely talked, but it was only 2 months there. And then she had left, and then I think she went to like somewhere in fucking Wyoming or some shit like that.
But similar experience to Shamey here, where it just kind of opened up things for you.
In terms of like the softness of women, I think after that I realized like, hey, maybe I shouldn't be such a cunt to women, and maybe I shouldn't call them ugly and fucking disgusting beings. And that's what opened the doors to my romantic side.
And important distinction, you remember everything about her.
Very clear. Yes,
Yeah.
very clear.
Yeah.
Except her last name. That was, I think, the thing that kept me from realizing what kind of Asian model she was, because I could not. It was a very big last name, so I truly don't know what version she was.
What generation?
I'd have to look at the specs on that.
Which release?
And we move on to the wonderful IT and his story, and then we'll wrap things up.
Yeah. So this is interesting because my first kiss didn't get me ready for what would eventually be my second real girlfriend and my second real kiss. I was in 6th grade, maybe 5th. I don't remember.
Okay, a little late.
And I mean,
a little bit of a bitch, if you ask me.
Yeah, we on the.
I wouldn't say I was adverse to girls, but I just didn't get it. And
Wait, were you on that?
Hey, wait, say that again. He didn't get it. You know what I'm saying?
wait. So, were you on that cootie phage? The
absolutely
the kind of cootie phage where you see on the Diary of the Wimpy Kid kind of stuff.
Yeah, but at the same time, I knew that was the goal. The women were the goal, right? Even though I wasn't like personally invested in it, I knew that was the goal. Like I remember getting into fights over girls, even though I didn't like the girl.
Or
I just
fought. You fought for love.
Like I fought, yeah. Like I distinctly remember in 3rd grade fighting an Asian kid for a girl, and we fought, and everything happened, and at the end we just left. Like we didn't even go to her. That was it. Like that was the state of mind. And I remember being in 6th grade or 5th, whatever, and I met this girl because my parents wanted me to play an instrument, and it was like not tryouts, but we just went and sat in the room, and the music teacher was there, and he was showing us instruments, and he's like, if you want to get into it, this is what it's like. And I was very similar to how I am now when I was a kid, where I was just like a jokester, like I was just messing around the whole time, and probably more so back then. I was a very troublesome child, and I was just making fun of him, and she thought it was funny, and we started talking more, and I didn't remember her at the time, but a year before that, like she knew me because she would just make fun of my name. And she was like, "Yeah, I know who you are and everything." And but we started talking, and then
could we get more context on that girl? Was she like?
Yeah, what she look like?
She was white. She was white. She was short, a little bit shorter than me.
Shamey height.
Shamey height. Right now, she's probably Shamey height. Maybe a little bit taller actually.
Just in case we haven't clarified, obviously his name is Shameless, so we call him Shamey when we want to be cute because I think it's funny.
Yeah, but anyways, like it wasn't just the thing where we kissed and we moved on. Like I got to know her. We started dating as much as you could in that context back at that age, right? And I remember playing into that idea where I just didn't get it. I was very resistant to the idea of a kiss. I was just kind of like scared of it, I remember there were multiple attempts. Like there was just something like I couldn't do it. And this was back when, even though I was like very charismatic and I like talking to people and messing around, I was a fat kid.
Just go a little more further in. Did you get your kiss before you dated or after you dated?
After.
After, okay.
After we started talking first. And so when it came to girls and the idea of contact, I was just nervous because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what's going on. When I look back at it now, I like the concept of being close friends with a girl. I don't think I was ready for that kind of stuff.
You didn't think that like hanging out with a girl made you like a little sus? Because when I was in middle school, I was like, dude, if I hang out with this girl, people are gonna think I'm swinging the other way.
That's all it was, actually. Like it was all like expectations, right? It was more like the outward look of things than how I actually felt about the person. And it was we were at a friend's house. I used to live close to a friend, and she lived a little further away, and she would come over, and all three of us would hang out. And this friend, she was like an Irani friend, and she was like a sister at the time, so we were super close. And it was in her bathroom, I think. Like it was like, okay, let's go do this now. Like that's how we had set it up, because we're like, this is what's supposed to happen. We're like dating, so this is the process, right? So we went and did it, and I didn't have the same click, right? It just felt like, okay, it happened. I had the same thing where it's like, oh, well, girls are soft, they smell nice, all those things. But
hey, Shameless, I bet you look stupid on camera right now, drunk, you little bitch.
All right, so just to go a little further on that, beautiful. Was it just a kiss, or was it like a little more than? Just
no, it was like
just a peck.
Just a peck.
All right,
but we kept doing it, like not at the same time, but like while we were dating, we kept kissing, and it never made the connection between like this is a kiss and like this is what the things that it leads to, like being affectionate and romantic and stuff. It was never like that. And I didn't have the same like click when it came to that. And I had the same problems with my next girlfriend, where I was just like, I was adverse to the idea of like kissing, and I was like, how do you do it?
So you didn't think nothing of that first kiss?
No, there was no romantic connection, It was like, this is what we're supposed to do, so let's do it. And because of that, when I got into a relationship with my first real relationship when I was in high school, or 8th grade or whatever. I felt unprepared. I felt like disconnected from the process, right? I was like, how are we supposed to do this? You know, does it mean anything? What does it lead to? Those kinds of things. So it took me a second to like warm up to the idea.
So that first kiss didn't really lead up to anything for you personally.
No, I mean, I really cared about her though. Like I, uh, like
How old are you?
genuinely, 6th grade, so like 13, maybe.
What a fucking simp, dude. At that age, I was beating. No.
Beating?
I was
Pause.
bullying women.
Pause.
Or girls, I don't know.
But no, I was very affectionate towards her, and it wasn't like a best friend thing. Like I genuinely liked her, but it just the
Do you remember her name?
yes,
Does it start with an L?
no.
Okay.
Well, technically, it depends on how you spell
Did
it.
you know I work with at my job? I work at with someone who went to your middle school,
Mm,
who also went to the
she didn't go to my middle school. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Well, okay, this is irrelevant. I'm
But-
giving the mic back.
But I'm glad that it went that way because I remember other relationships where things like got too physical too quickly and like the kiss that's like straight into the kiss and everything, and the other stuff wasn't as important. But like we were still in contact up till like like last year, 2 years ago. So like she meant something to me, but it was that physical romantic side that like, you know, the two halves of it. It's like your romantic partner is your best friend and your sexual partner, and that stuff didn't click at all for a long time. But I mean, yeah, that was it. But I absolutely remember who she is. I remember what she was like. I remember how it happened, how I felt. And I still know her to this day.
Do you still talk to her to this day?
No, I haven't talked to her in a while.
Was she not successful as you?
No, she was not.
Did she do OnlyFans?
She did not. She probably should
Do you
have.
know her @ symbol?
I do.
You
I know her
like
legal
when the
name.
show when the show's over. I think Shameless would like that.
What? Wait.
Hey
Wait.
man, I'm just trying to help a man out. You know, times have been tough. I know this has been dry season for Shameless for over like
Ain't no
3 years
way I
now.
would put her through Shameless Overwatch.
Why
You're
is
right.
that
You're right. She doesn't
crazy?
deserve Shameless
I
Overwatch.
wasn't even going to bring up anything like that.
She don't
Alright.
deserve Shameless.
I think I've
Overwatch.
mentioned this before, but she's like the only girlfriend that I've had that I was like, I could have genuinely lived with her.
Wow, this
Yeah.
is a 13-year-old processing these kinds of things.
Absolutely.
Do you know what kind of capacity this takes? This means that this explains why he went to the university. You know,
the university?
This is what started
it
his
took
brain
years-
cells to realize these things work.
It took years to come to that conclusion, but I just know now that if we had like waited and we had known each other in high school and we started dating in high school, that we would still probably be together because we were so compatible as people.
Okay, so just how you're viewing things as of now, would you ever think of ever reaching back out to her and expressing those kind of things?
I believe IT is single.
That's true. Drop a comment if you're also single, and man or woman, that's fine.
Would you?
I see you, production. Don't be clear.
So would you ever reach back out to her though?
So here's the thing: we took different paths. She
Started an OnlyFans.
was not a perfect person. She had no father, so that's a huge.
Let's go.
That's a huge thing already.
Let's go.
She was in a family of like, you know, typical
Team fatherless 1, team father
you
0.
know, like typical poverty class white people story where it's like one mother and 7 kids.
Yeah.
It was that kind of thing. And so she never went to college. She just didn't get the support.
I think she was white.
I think she finished high school, but she finished high school, she started working, you know, like minimum wage jobs. Are you serious? Not gonna lie, he looks bigger than you from here.
Not true.
I'm built
But
different.
she got married.
Wow. Already?
She got married.
Damn.
She got married 4 years ago. She was
GG.
19 or something. She got
Oh,
married.
she got divorced already.
She
Wait,
had
you
she had
said four?
two she had 2 kids.
2 kids.
2
Wow.
kids. In the last 3 years, she had 2 kids, and she got divorced last year. I just found out.
Go.
I just found out this morning. This morning that she got divorced.
Stepdad.
All right.
Let's go.
I'm gonna walk in like
That's
Mark
what I'm gonna
Wahlberg.
name this episode. It's gonna be First Kisses and Stepdad? Question mark.
But okay, so here's an idea that I'm floating that we'll probably get to in another podcast. But it's the idea that if you could go back to any of these girls and try to stay with one of them, would you
Absolutely not.
or would you not? And the reason for being not is it because you weren't there for their like development or for their, you know what I'm saying? You weren't in their lives.
You'll have to turn in next week for that one.
So that might be a topic soon. But
Shamey's gonna bring up something shocking to you guys.
that's it. Those are first kiss
Like
stories,
his penis line.
which is still unconfirmed, and it
All
will
right.
maintain keep it
Production?
unconfirmed.
At one point, we will confirm our penis lengths, and then we will display them in public. I would like a fair ruling. No setbacks.
27. All right, so drop a comment. Let us know who has the best story.
Or the biggest
Um,
cock. Who do you guys think has the biggest cock?
Let's
Drop
get
a
some
comment.
guesses. Let's get some. Can
Don't
we
forget to drop us 5 stars.
put it
on
also
iTunes,
put it also in centimeters for our European friends across the waters?
or kilometers in some cases.
0.0000. But
Team Shamey here.
3 contrasting stories, but in the end, we came to one conclusion.
Young Eric was a wife beater at the time. I
Fuck
think.
women. Yeah, I guess that was the conclusion that we came to.
Yo, we got cootie.
We don't mean that. We don't mean to be canceled in the first episode.
Nope. Production
my
is a
current
woman.
partner.
We appreciate her very much. We all have mothers. We appreciate them very much.
Oh, by the
Um,
way, if you're listening to this at work, hey, you got like 3 more hours, bro. I promise you, we're gonna finish this trash ass shift. As a matter of fact, if you're watching the video version, you'll notice our neon actually
Our-
just finished. So
Our
I mean,
loop just went out. So if that isn't the end of the podcast, then I don't know what is.
don't forget to rate us 5 stars. If you're on Spotify, make sure to check out the YouTube channel. It's probably honestly, this episode we didn't do too much on camera, but hey, if you want to know what we look like, give us a peek. If you really want to know what Shameless looks like under his pants, give him a peek and drop a 5 stars. We might just consider
If
it.
we get 200 subscribers in the next 6 months, Shameless Overwatch will open an OnlyFans.
Absolutely
I will
correct.
guarantee that.
Oh yeah, and if you didn't watch the first episode, I believe we made a bet where if we get like 60 views in the first one, Shameless will get waves.
Very important.
If we get 6 likes, he'll actually bleach his asshole.
That one's my personal favorite. But thanks for tuning in. Thank you for
All
listening to our
right.
stories.
Thank you so much.
Thank
for
you for
listening.
enduring, Eric, and we'll see you next time.
All right.